Hey everybody, it's Toby Eunice with New Mexico Day Trips. Shelly's behind the camera, and as you can see, we've got a big box that came by UPS today from Amazon, and I'd like to open it up and share with you what we've got, and maybe talk a little bit about some of the plans that we've got for this. So I think what I'm going to do though, first of all, I'm going to lock these wheels in place so this doesn't roll around on me. Okay. But I think the easiest way, rather than to open it from the top, because I can feel it sliding around inside, I'm going to open it from the bottom and then just kind of take the box off, okay? Let's see if this works as the way I imagine it's going to work.
What's inside the box?
So, shall I make it a surprise? You want to wait?
Is it my birthday present?
Well, no. It's not your birthday yet.
But it's soon.
I have till October 10th, A, to figure that out, and B, for you to tell me what you want for your birthday, because I don't know what you want for your birthday yet.
Well, maybe I want this. I'll have to wait and see what's inside.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that would be interesting if you wanted one of my toys. I should actually say our toys, because we treat all our equipment as if it belongs to the pair of us. And what's interesting, of course, oh yeah, see, it's a box within a box. Let me put this down so I don't cut my fingers off. Take this, open it this way, and this way. Yeah, okay. And we're gonna flip this down, whoa, this way. Okay. Let's see if this works out like. This is a huge box.
Need some help?
I just need some help getting it down on the floor. It shouldn't be in the shot. Okay, so it has another box.
It's a fish.
It's a So I don't know. This is one of those Chinese companies. The company is called QYSEA, like in the ocean. So how would you pronounce that?
QYYC?
QYSEA.
Oh, QYSEA.
QYSEA? Oh. No, there's no K in there.
There's a Q.
QIY.
Yeah.
QYSEA.
QYSEA.
It makes me queasy just to think about being in the water with this thing.
Queasy.
Okay, we could be here the rest of the afternoon just honestly opening boxes.
Underwater robot.
Underwater robot.
It's a robot.
So this is the, and this is another one. It's spelled FiFish. I have been pronouncing it FiFish, and everybody I see on YouTube pronounces it FiFish. Do you have any options? FiFish?
Well, Fifi, if you took the SH off, it would be Fifi.
Chihuahua.
Fifish.
Okay. Packaging on the floor. And so I'm not tall enough to do this way, so I'm going to have to do it this way. Another box. But
Need help again?
More help. Okay, so I can't remember what they call this, but one of the options for the purchase of this is this. It comes in this foam, hard foam box to protect it. And again, we're dealing with the FiFish. And they call it an underwater robot. I have heard it referred to by various YouTube personalities as a underwater drone, which I don't like, honestly. And also I've heard it referred to as an ROV, remotely operated vehicle. So this is pretty fancy. It has locks on it. Wow. I'm going to turn around so you can see it.
Oh.
Can I lift it up so you can see? Man, I'm out of the shot.
It's good.
Good?
Yeah.
So let's see all the things that we have in here. How far back can I push this? To there. Okay, so this packing. So it's packed really, really well. I should probably save all this stuff. So this is the Tether roll or wheel. So unlike a drone, which operates via radio control, a radio signal between the controller and the drone itself, this has a tether to it because you can't send a signal under the water. So this is the tether. This tether is 100 meters long, I think, or 150 meters, one or the other. They said its depth, I know what it is, it's 200 meters long because it can go to 660 feet. Or, a combination of 330 feet that way and 330 feet that way. So you have enough to get pretty far away from you. And it has this reel on it, not only to release it, but to bring it back in. And it has two connections. One connection looks like a 3.5 millimeter TRRS connection. Good choice, because the TRRS connection, those of you who use smartphones, carries a lot more data on it. And that's what you plug into the controller. I'll show you that in a minute. And then this end is what you plug into the drone. And this is the one, and it has a clip. I'll show you how you use this clip here in just a minute. So this clips on the back of the drone. So if you were to pull back on the tether as you're reeling it in, you don't actually pull back on this attachment. You pull back on this loop right here attached to the back of the ROV. I got to decide on the name. I don't want to call it a drone. It's not a drone.
Give it a name. Fishy.
Fishy. Fishy. Well, the one of the other companies that makes these, their name is Chasing. So they named their first one, their one that sells for like $4.99, they named it Dory. So it came out Chasing Dory. So here's the controller, and for those of you that are drone pilots, you can see it looks a lot like your drone remote controller. It has a couple of additional capabilities. So for example, you don't put the SD card in the drone, you put it in the controller. So when you're shooting video and photos, it is transmitted to the controller. Actually, it's transmitted to your phone and then the controller. These controls, I've seen them operated in two ways. So whenever you buy a drone, you know that you can adjust these controls to things like comfortable for you. Well, in the United States, if you pick up pretty much 99% of drone controllers, this drone handles, this knob handles the drone in a flat space. So skew right, skew left, forward, and back. And this one handles the drone up, down, turn left, turn right. Now there are two additional knobs on the back here that give you additional control. This one rolls you right and left. The drone will literally roll, and this will pitch you right and left. So you can literally pitch 360 degrees. So there are some additional controls on here. Now, one of the big challenges that I saw with the early models of all these products was that it was hard to stabilize. So these guys provide two ways to stabilize the drone. One is stabilize on the depth, and the other is stabilize on an object. So you can lock in an object and float around that without any problems. So, and then of course you put your smartphone, as I understand it, this is wide, sorry about that. This is wide enough for a small tablet. I don't think I could get my big super iPad in there, but certainly, I've used phones before, right? For drones before I got my smart controller. So that's the controller. Let me see what this is. Oh, that's the charger for the controller. So there has to be a separate charger for the drone. This is all very nicely packaged, by the way. Oh, cool. So one of the things they recommend is that every time you take the drone out of the water, that you dry it. And then you take it home and you rinse it in a big tub for 10 minutes. But apparently they give you a towel to dry
got
your
its
drone
own
off. How
special
cool is
towel.
that? Yeah. Heck, I may just frame that. That's pretty cute. Cute. Okay, that goes there. So these are additional props in case you bust yours. Oh, here's the, there's a piece missing. So this goes probably to the charger for the drone, I mean for the ROV itself. So we're gonna have to find that. All right, then one of the capabilities that this particular model has, reach over here, is it provides a VR control. So these are VR goggles. You slide your phone right in there. You put them on. You change a switch on your controller back here, right, to see, and that gives you VR control. What I mean by that is you're controlled by head movement. So if you look down, the drone turns down. If you look up, the drone turns up. If you look to your right, it looks right. Now you still have to control forward movement and lateral movement, but you can control the direction the drone is heading using these VR goggles, which I think is damn cool. So it's a combination, apparently you use a combination of your phone in here, and it takes a full-size smartphone, and we're gonna have an iPhone 12 in there, so without any problem. Also, one of the questions I always have, because not only do I need glasses, but I'm also astigmatic, these controls on the top will adjust both the distance between your eyes and the focal distance that you need to correct your eye things. Now, they never correct for astigmatism, but my astigmatism isn't that bad that it's actually going to hurt it. My bigger problem, aside from the astigmatism, is that I'm short-sighted or long-sighted, one or the other. I never remember the two. Okay, I still need a charger. Let's take the drone
You
out.
just plug it right into the drone?
No, there was actually a charger, and I don't see a charger. An adapter.
Is it the other piece? Does that use both?
Oh, I wonder. No, because this is an AC power supply with a small pin on it, which I'm going to guess is used, yeah, to charge this guy. That doesn't go in there. All right, well, I'm going to have to figure that out, probably actually read the directions for a change. Okay, wow. It's heavy. I am really surprised. I thought it was going to be much lighter than this. I mean, it is, I don't know, 10 or 12 pounds, maybe more. I am really surprised. I would expect that it would have been heavier. So as you can see, it has 6 props on it. 1 to control vertical, two to control vertical thrust. 4 to control vertical thrust, because you can either go up or down, you can roll, or you can, and it's not pan, what do they call it when you're flying? Pitch, right? And then these are forward and reverse thrusters on here. So they have a battery in here that gives you 4-hour underwater time. So that might explain part of why this is so heavy. I mean, it is surprisingly, I thought it was going to be light, but I guess if you're going to put it under the water, you're going to want it as heavy as possible so that you don't have to use thrusters to go up and down, or at least down. This should sink pretty easily. I mean, it's got some floatability, I'm sure, because it has to protect itself. So this back here is where you connect the tether there. And then on the front, it has a 4K camera and 2 2000 lumen LED bulbs so that you have light underwater. I feel like I'm missing something here. Oh, there it is. Voila.
Aha.
So you can see it also has the same connector, that 6-pin connector. So that's how you charge the drone. Like I said, it's a 4-hour battery, charge the drone. So it's very complete. It has everything. I'm just very pleased. It's, first of all, everything has a feeling of, nice construction with it. This is heavy enough. It feels good. The way that this is made in order to hold your phone works very nicely.
It's big enough to hold a tablet.
A small tablet. It wouldn't hold my big iPad. It's plastic, but it's not printed plastic. I mean, it's manufactured plastic. And this, I mean, you couldn't fly a drone this heavy. Because you have limitations not only from the FAA perspective, but you would have to use a lot of energy to move that drone around. And here's what I was saying about this thing. So one of the things they tell you is don't pick it up by this handle. That's not what the handle is designed for. The handle is designed so that you can take that loop, put it on the back of the handle, and that way when you're pulling it back, you're not pulling on the connection and eventually ruining it. So this feels like it's rubber, obviously, but it's not smooth rubber. It's got some texture to it. So, but I'm very impressed with the build quality. It's very nicely built, very impressive. So here's the plan. I've never flown one of these. But they say because of the controls, it's a little bit, there's a couple of things I have to do already. I have to charge it, and I have to check to see that the firmware is updated correctly. And if I want to change these controls, if these controls aren't set, I'm assuming that they know they're sending this to an American. And actually there are distribution centers in Kansas City. So I'm hoping they left these controls the way we have all our drone controls, and I won't have to worry about that. But the app runs, you have to download an app to your phone, and the app runs, when you start the app, you can make these adjustments, correct the differences in how you want to drive it. So I'm so far very happy. Now, we did get it, I think it was $18.99 plus I got a $100 discount, so I got it for $17.99. But they have less expensive models. And as a matter of fact, I noticed on Adorama yesterday, they had a sale on that was this configuration, but didn't include the box. It just came in a box. So you would have to figure out how to manage carrying it yourself. And it was $14.99, $1,499. So that's literally a $400 savings over this one, just because of the box. Plus, they were discounting at $200. So you don't get the box and you get a $200 discount. So it's selling for $1,500, which is still a good price. But the box that it came in said it weighed 50 pounds. And I'm going to believe that a good 20 pounds of that is in this baby. I mean, it's pretty sturdy, which is good, I guess. I hope you don't lose it because it's going to sink straight to the bottom, I imagine. I don't know. Anyway, so our plan is we wanted to try it out in a swimming pool before we tried it out in the natural world. And so my son-in-law, Daryl, Sean's husband, is a swim coach, and he has access to a swimming pool every afternoon from 4 to 7. So on Friday afternoon, Shelly and I are going over there, and we're going to try it out there. And he's going to make some space for us so we can get it in the water and maybe take pictures of my grandsons who are both on the team, or grandson, one of the grandsons is on the team. But we'll see. We'll try it out. We'll make some underwater video. It's just a swimming pool. And then we're going to decide, like, what's our first trip. I'm feeling like there is a place in Santa Rosa, near Santa Rosa, New Mexico, which isn't very far from us. And it's called Blue Hole. And if I remember correctly, it's crystal clear water. It's very small. It's not lake-sized. It's probably, to me, it looks like it's 50 or 60 feet across. But it goes down 106 feet. And it's where they do a lot of scuba diver training. So people have put down stuff down there that you could use to, video target and things like that. So I don't know how they feel about it. I don't know if I'm going to have a bunch of scuba divers cutting my tether you know, or something, but we'll go on a weekday where there's less traffic. So that's the plan for now. We'll start incorporating those into our day trips. We don't have a lot of, you know, we're not on the Australian barrier reef where they have all that beautiful fish and coral and things like that. But we'll find things. There's some places below Hoover Dam where the water runs, the Colorado runs real clear, and below, what's the one above that that holds Powell back? Well, one of you guys that watch this will remember it.
Glen Canyon?
Glen Canyon, right, thank you. So there's Glen Canyon Dam. The Colorado River runs below that. We were going to make trips with the boat up there anyway, so of course we'll take this long, and we'll get some footage of the river life down there because they're filled with fish. So, all right. Any questions, Shelley, before we hang up? Got them? All right. Thanks, you guys. We'll see you on Wednesday night at 7 p.m.